Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, unable to move, feeling a strange presence around you? Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon that intrigues and scares thousands of people worldwide. But what if I told you there's more to it than just a scientific explanation? Let's explore the profound spiritual implications of this terrifying experience. Are we really alone in these moments? Or is something darker and more spiritual happening? Welcome. Today we're diving into the spiritual implications of sleep paralysis. This frightening phenomenon, where you feel paralyzed upon waking, has been reported throughout history in various cultures. But what does it really mean? Is it just a trick of our minds, or are we dealing with something beyond the physical world? Before we continue, if you're interested in learning more about how to combat these spiritual forces and want to receive more tools for fighting the good fight of faith, subscribe to our channel right now. Click the subscribe button and activate notifications so you don't miss any important content. The spiritual view of sleep paralysis varies greatly. In some cultures, these experiences are believed to be attacks by malevolent entities such as demons or spirits. For instance, in the Middle Ages, many people believed they were visited by demons called incubus or succubus. Many religious traditions also have their interpretations. In some Christian beliefs, sleep paralysis can be seen as a spiritual battle where the individual is under attack by evil forces trying to dominate their soul. It's a struggle between good and evil occurring on an invisible spiritual plane. Let's hear some personal stories. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon that has been experienced by countless individuals across the globe. It is a condition where a person, either when falling asleep or waking up, temporarily experiences an inability to move or speak. This can be accompanied by vivid hallucinations and a sense of an evil presence. These experiences can be incredibly frightening and often leave a lasting impact on those who go through them. Many people report feeling an evil presence in the room. Some even see shadowy figures. These figures are often described as dark, menacing, and sometimes even demonic. The feeling of an evil presence can be so intense that it feels as though the entity is physically in the room with the person, watching them and waiting to cause harm. This sense of dread and fear can be overwhelming and can make it difficult for the person to distinguish between reality and the hallucination. These experiences are so vivid and terrifying that many believe them to be real. The hallucinations can be incredibly detailed and lifelike, making it hard for the person to convince themselves that what they are seeing and feeling is not actually happening. This can lead to a heightened sense of fear and anxiety both during the episode and afterwards. Some people even develop a fear of going to sleep, worried that they will experience another episode of sleep paralysis.
I woke up in the middle of the night, completely paralyzed. It was as if my body was frozen in place, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't move a single muscle. The feeling of helplessness was overwhelming, and I could feel my heart racing in my chest. I tried to scream for help, but no sound would come out. It was as if my voice had been stolen from me. I felt a pressure on my chest and saw a shadowy figure in the corner of the room. The pressure was so intense that it felt like I was being crushed. I could see the shadowy figure moving closer to me, and the fear I felt was unlike anything I had ever experienced before. It was as if the figure was feeding off my fear, growing stronger and more menacing with each passing second. It was like being suffocated by something evil. The air in the room felt thick and heavy, making it difficult to breathe. I could feel the presence of something dark and malevolent, and it felt as though it was trying to take over my body. The sensation of being suffocated was so real that I thought I was going to die. It was a feeling of pure terror that I will never forget.
I had the sensation that something was watching me. It was an eerie feeling, as if a pair of eyes were fixed on me, observing my every move. The room was dark, but I could sense the presence of something sinister lurking in the shadows. The feeling of being watched was so strong that it sent chills down my spine. I couldn't move or scream. It was like being trapped in a nightmare, but fully awake. The paralysis was complete, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't break free. It was as if I was a prisoner in my own body, unable to escape the terror that was unfolding around me. The experience was so intense and so real that it left me shaken for days afterwards. I couldn't shake the feeling that something had been in the room with me, something dark and evil that had come to torment me in the night. Sleep paralysis is a condition that affects many people, and the experiences can vary widely from person to person. Some people may only experience mild symptoms, while others may have more severe and terrifying episodes. The common thread among all these experiences is the feeling of helplessness and fear. It is a condition that is not well understood, and there is still much to learn about what causes it and how it can be treated. For those who experience sleep paralysis, it can be a deeply unsettling and frightening experience. It can leave a lasting impact on their mental and emotional well-being, and it can be difficult to talk about with others who have not experienced it. However, sharing these personal testimonies can help to raise awareness about the condition and provide support for those who are going through it. If you or someone you know is experiencing sleep paralysis, it is important to seek help and support. There are resources available that can provide information and assistance, and talking to a healthcare professional can help to identify any underlying issues that may be contributing to the condition. Remember, you are not alone, and there is help available. In conclusion, sleep paralysis is a condition that can be incredibly frightening and unsettling. The personal testimonies shared here highlight the intense fear and helplessness that can accompany these episodes. By raising awareness and providing support, we can help those who are affected by sleep paralysis to better understand and manage their experiences. Thank you for listening to these personal stories, and we hope that they have provided some insight into this mysterious and often misunderstood condition.
These accounts make us reflect on what is really happening during sleep paralysis. Are we actually being visited by spiritual entities? Or are these experiences projections of our subconscious, shaped by our beliefs and fears? What do you think? Have you had a similar experience? Do you believe there's more behind these events than just a scientific explanation? Regardless of the explanation you choose to believe, sleep paralysis is a powerful experience that challenges our understanding of reality. Whether seen as a spiritual phenomenon or simply a sleep disorder, it's important to understand and respect these experiences. If you're suffering from sleep paralysis, seek support. Talk to a health professional, join online communities, and explore different perspectives to find what resonates best with you. For those who want a solution and want to learn how to fight against these spiritual forces, I invite you to watch our video series called Intercession in Flames. In this series, you'll find all the tools you need to confront and break the spiritual powers that imprison and terrorize your life, your children's lives, and your family's life. Learn to use God's weapons to achieve spiritual liberation.